out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens and Fusion Light Energy Gain. And I'm so happy because God is opening up doors for us. So, got some really cool information. I can't tell you it, unfortunately, because again, like I said, we have strange people on my channel. But anyway, yeah, so I know a lot of people over at City Hall, some really cool people, and they've helped me. Oh, my spoon just had something to eat. They helped me, helping my company get off the ground, and our company would like to have some grants. So we're blessed to have information on how to actually get grants for our company. This allowed me to get things that I need for my company, which is fantastic. So that is working out, and on top of that, pretty soon we're going to be on site. Let me go over here and turn my projector on because I want to show up over this screen. I like this screen so much. This is our new technology we have. Pretty soon it'll be done on Monday. We'll have it completed. So between Monday and Tuesday I have to make some phone calls, and I'm going to be able to get a grant for a company, which I'm happy about. And grants going to allow us to open up a lot of doors of things we need for our company. It's going to make things so much easier for us. I love this. The screen's white levels are absolutely insane. Hey, see the giant wolf on the screen? That's one big wolf, ain't it? Wolfie. Oh, commercial. There we go. Man, a lot of our doors are opening up. This is going to allow our company to get on that next level we need so badly to get us where we need to go. So we're happy about that. Sorry, I ate something. I had to just keep it in. But yeah, so happy. Everything's working out. Everything's working out. We got a grant. I got really good friends over at City Hall. I got all the information needed in different areas and parts. We can do setups for the big screens outside. Got all our paperwork done, which I'm so glad we got that done ahead of time. And all our stuff is pretty much, well, some of the stuff we got is already ready to go. We can use right now. Some of the stuff we're still in testing, and the testing is going so great. With the new technology and stuff we're working on right now. And then we got this technology now. And it has four other technologies with it, which I can't wait to show those off. I can't be able to hide the white notes are on this thing. Mind, this is an odd colored screen. It's a brownish color. It's crazy. The white notes are so high. I gotta update the website. I gotta update the website today. Get that done. Which I hate updating websites. So I got to get that done, and I have to get a shopping cart ready for these. We can add that part. I got this crazy. Lord just gave us, not crazy, but Lord gave us this amazing formula for a screen. One's green, equals green, and the other one is emerald. It's an emerald color, like a green jade screen. It's beautiful. So he just gave us the ingredients for that, and I got to get around to writing this stuff down. Oh, this is the best white level screen I've ever seen. Basically, I'm talking the white levels demonstration. This is a fantastic. Let me see. I think I'm gonna call this Jade. Jade. I'll add something there with Jade. Oh, look at the deers. Isn't he watching the deers? She's over here. He's watching. He's over there watching. He's always watching. I'm gonna leave it on for him. He's watching his animals. He's obsessed with dogs. Took him out for on the backpack on Sunday, and we're sitting out on the bench, and a guy walked over with a dog, and he didn't even get scared enough. He stood right up and looked at the dog. The dog looked at him. The dog's very friendly. As I was talking to the owner, I said, "Don't worry, he likes dogs. He get on with cats too well. It's dogs." And he was sniffing the dog's nose and everything. I was like, "Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?" So yeah, that'd be awesome. He's getting along. He's got so many dog friends now. He's over here watching. He's obsessed with deers. Anything that's not his own race, he's obsessed with it. We gotta get the business cards made. We gotta get brochures made. Oh, got a lot to do. Now, my business cards are gonna have my 800 number on it. We don't post our 800 number because we have profits with individuals. Oh, by the way, we know who you are. By the way, court time coming up. Yes, all that's going to be bought before court. So keep in mind, like I told you, you don't get away with anything on this planet. You know that. Either you'll pay for it in the next life or you'll pay for it here, but you're going to pay for it. That you get your act together and you get saved and you're washed away from all your sins, or if you don't, you'll pay for it. It's written in the book of life. You have to stand judgment for it. So you don't get away with anything at all. I love how people think that for some reason they get away with stuff. Get away with anything. You pay for everything while you're here. Either this life or the next life, but you pay. But yeah, we know it's making all those phone calls. Well, we know a few people are making phone calls. But yeah, we got your numbers traced. Look, FBI building's right up the street. Did you know that? Yeah, FBI building's right up the street. Court records are on that one side. Courthouse is on this side. Police department is on the other side. City Hall is in the middle between that. Mayor's office is up top. And prison's right down the street. Yep. Come down here, you'll be processed in no time at all. And there's police everywhere down here, so yeah, easy open and shut. Yeah, you'll be processed in no time at all. But anyway, yeah, we got all those phone calls that came through. They're traceable. I have no idea why people think they call on dummy numbers that they can't be traced. Your dummy numbers do get traced, you know that, right? Oh, but yeah. We couldn't keep the 800 number because these clowns were calling on 800 and carrying on. And for some reason, they thought because they were using this is the part that's interesting. Because you thought you were using fake accounts and fake phone numbers that no one would know. God knows. So that means what you just did was written in the book of life, right? So that means if you don't get your act together and you don't get saved, you're going to be punished for that crime. And in that world, it's eternal damnation. It's not here, where you commit crimes and maybe you go to jail, maybe you don't. Maybe you spend the rest of your life in the prison system, maybe you don't. There is eternal damnation forever. So just remember, you're not getting away with anything. I just find that it's such an interesting fact to think about. And it's a scary thing for those who are not saved. Because again, like I said, remember, you're on borrowed time. So you don't have to wake up the next day. And you don't have to make it back home the next day. So time will run out sooner or later. Glad mine didn't. Gee whiz Louise, man. Whew. I'm glad I'm past that. I am so glad I'm past that. You know, at one point in my life, when I started coming around the corner and started realizing that I was on borrowed time, I got scary, got real scared, because I'm thinking like, man, what if the Lord comes back and I'm in prison? I didn't get paid tithes, I didn't get saved, I didn't get the Holy Ghost, nothing. What happens? But I should have realized that the Lord already had me on that path to be saved. He was going to finish that job. Which He did. But I just want to let those know at the end of the day, if you think because you hide behind a fake number that I won't know, I don't need to know. God knows. That's all that matters. It doesn't make a difference if I know. He knows. That's all that matters. And if you're thinking at the end of the day, well, I'll never answer for what? Or you think you're going to get around God at the end of the day. You think you're going to commit crimes, do whatever you want to do, and you're not going to answer for it in Judgment Day? Yeah, you are going to answer for it. Except for that punishment over there is a turn for the rest of your life. It's torment and torture for the rest of your life. Eternity, forever. So, you're going to pay for it. Now let's just say one of them gets saved and become a Christian, true believer of God, decides to pick up his cross and walk with the Lord. You think I'm bothered by that we can't prosecute him? I'm happy he got saved. I'm all for you, brother, at the end of the day. But until then, if you ain't saved and you ain't got your life together, then guess what? Everything you committed, you're going to pay for it. And the devil knows it already. He knows you're going to be suffering right along with him. And he's not going alone. You are definitely going with him. So, either way. But all you do to us doesn't touch us. We got new technology. We got 4 of those right now. New technologies. Already in. Just wrote the ingredients down for the last one. So you can't take anything from me. Can't curse me. Can't wish anything bad on me. Nothing. Not going to happen. I'm protected by God. Even the devil can't touch me. I'm protected by God. So the devil's more powerful than you. The devil's stronger than you. And he can't touch me. What makes you think you can? I serve God. God is what protects me. Like I said, if you're sitting there watching TV and that demon were to pop up in the middle of your living room and point at you and say, "You're mine," what would you do? Who are you going to call out to? Can't call out to him. He's already there. Who are you going to call to? You're going to call to God. That's what you're going to call to. That's what you find interesting. Look at that right there. Man, this screen is I can't wait to do the other one. The jade is going to be gorgeous. Oh, we got this jade coming out. We got this rose gold coming out. This rose gold screen. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful. See, excuse me. The Lord sees these individuals attacking us, right? And calling us fakes and phonies and all these things at the end of the day. And if you notice, their businesses didn't take off. Didn't go anywhere. The other one couldn't make it past $200. Couldn't make it at $150. No one's spent $150 for that stuff. He was dropping his price. His price was dropping. He was at $98, $85, and at $60 at one point. The other one was at $120 because that's what we paid for the first time for his product, and they went down to $60. And they still couldn't sell it. Because God can't bless your hand. Because you do the works of the devil. The devil, when he curses, he can't bless. So that's why you weren't getting anything at the end of the day. You weren't making anything. The other one was working for nothing. He was literally working for nothing. I used to make gray screen paint. I know how much money it costs. It costs more now because, because of inflation and everything. But back then, even it was expensive. It cost money. You had to charge way more than $60. You wouldn't make anything at $60. Add it up. He was lucky if he was making $10. And the only way you can accumulate $10 at the profit, get yourself a large quantity of it. Like piecework that you do at the factory. I've done that before already. So his products couldn't take off. He couldn't go anywhere. He can't do anything. None of his business, anything he tries won't work. Because he serves the devil. And God does not bless the hand of the wicked. I sat right here and said that if I was all these things that I would claim to be, that the Lord would take away all that we have. Did I not make that statement? What happened to our technology? Our technology has advanced among levels. We've got a technology, a black screen that can turn a gray screen yellow. Any gray screen. Any gray screen. Whether it be gunmetal technology, whether it be gray screens, what doesn't make a difference? At 15%. That stuff is showing an incredible record. It's breaking records left and right. 50 lumens can absorb sunlight. 50 lumens can operate on the table with no problem in a fully lit environment. 300 lumens is, of course, considered to be a cakewalk for our technology. We can operate anywhere we want now. The technology doesn't even stop there. Lord gave us, we want to change the color of it. You can make it invisible if you want. Change the ceiling, change the walls, change the floors. So our technology has advanced. Because we serve God and we give God the glory for all things. Everything we have, we give God the glory for. So the doors don't open. The doors are locked. Because God doesn't bless the hand of the wicked. That's why the doors can't open. That doesn't mean anything to me at all. What? Give a like, take a like? How would that hurt me at all? I have no idea what that's supposed to do at the end of the day. What's that supposed to do? When you do that, it just tells me that you're a child. You are. Kids act that way. That's why I don't get all, ooh, don't care about that. It doesn't mean anything. That grant I'm about to get, that grant's huge. That grant's going to allow our technology to rise to that level. Oh, we know you're in the room. We know you're in here because you already just told us you're in the room just now. We know you're here. You can't go anywhere. Your hand can't get blessed. You can't get anything out of that at all, period. And if you don't get your act together, you're going to go to hell. You're going to burn in that lake of fire forever. See if I'm wrong. God doesn't let evil into heaven at all, period. I sat there and said it right here in front of everybody. I said, if I'm all these things, then may the Lord take away from me. Look at my technology right there, sitting there. Look at all the technology I have around me that's growing right now. I got technology already set up for 4 years down the line, all ready to go. We're way beyond everybody else right now. Years from now, we'll be millionaires. Years from now, they'll be in the court. Well, they'll be definitely in the court system soon. That's where they're going to be at. And the devil's working. They lost. Well, look, here's the thing. If you are telling the truth and doing saying what's true, you should be able to go to court and you should be able to keep all your stuff and not go to jail, right? No copyrights. You haven't committed any copyright against your company, touching our company's copyrights. You haven't committed any mail fraud. You got fingerprints sitting on envelopes. None of that nonsense going on. So, if that's the case at the end of the day, then you got nothing to worry about, right? In court, right? No defamation, no slander. You can back up 100% that our products don't function. You know you can't. That's why there's no attorney contacting us. When we requested an attorney 4 days ago, last month, 2 months from that month, I requested for them to contact us with an attorney, and we received nothing at all. Not a thing. Nothing at all. Why? Because you don't have anything. I requested black paint. Didn't I send a certified letter to a certain individual requesting black paint? That's going to cost you a lot of money, because right there, that's along the line of the lawsuit where he's made statements our products was nothing more than just black paint. It's going to cost you millions of dollars if you don't You got to do something. It's going to cost you a lot of money. A lot of money you don't have. Keep in mind, fraud charges follow behind that too. You committed crimes against your company. You went out and you made false accusations, right? So, with that being said, if I requested black paint, why didn't you give it to me? Because you know we could back our products up. That's going to cost you. See? All that stuff you did, the devil told you to do. Now you're going to be calling up to God, asking him to save your life. And you're mad because your crow's business is went under. His website's gone. The only thing he does on his YouTube channel is just basically just rant. That's basically about it. That's his future right there. Remember the video he made, moving on to bigger and better things. That's bigger and better things for him. Just ranting about us. Wait for ISIS to pop up at his front door because he committed very serious crimes on United States soil. He has to pay for that. He has to pay for massive lawsuits. There's a lot of stuff he's going to have to go through. Perjury on LLC, which we got in contact with them a couple of times. Your control number is what we're sending out. So, what's going on the other channel? Let's see. And then on our end, you're saying, well, you know, we got to attack him because he's attacking us. No one's attacking you. You committed crimes. What I did was I went to the law and filed out documents to have you arrested, to have you prosecuted for what you've done. You're just going to have to basically fight that in court that you didn't do it. But the problem is you did. And those copyrights are very serious. Those copyrights can carry 80 years, 90 years, even 100 years. Quite a lot of them were hit. They carry some extremely serious jail time. Pretty soon we're going to be up for cyber court with the CCB. He doesn't show up for that. He owes me 60 grand. We got another lawsuit coming up for defamation. Remember what you said? Moving on to bigger and better things, and you flashed my face on YouTube twice, right? That's going to cost you $175,000 for that one little incident. You flashed my face on your website. We got that all documented too. That's all in the system. You're being sued for that. Every time you share my picture, you got a lawsuit coming towards you. Yeah, it's your problem at the end of the day you don't have open doors. Your problem, your business went under. And top of that, you got caught with that house paint. There's something matching house paint. You made all those accusations. You know, they could start a joint lawsuit against him on people getting their money back, refund it back to them. He's just going to have to prove in court that his product does something that he claims it does. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, I'm definitely taking that one. Jealousy. All that jealousy. Following Satan with all that jealousy. Angry and bitter and upset. You guys wasted your time in that crowcast nonsense. And they're talking and gabbling and carrying on that. We're going to use that against you in court as a conspiracy charge against you. Slam you with more time in jail. Burn yourself even deeper. What did you get out of that by any chance? Slandering me in crowcast. What was that going to do with you? Does that stop my business? No. Where's your Series C at, Partey? Oh, it's locked away. You can't make it. It doesn't work. It doesn't function. So your website sits there, no traffic, nothing whatsoever, and you're paying a monthly bill on a company you can't make money off of because your product doesn't work, and you're afraid of us buying it, or one of my people buying it, or one of the trolls coming in and buying it. That's what he's afraid of. He already canceled one state. There's 2 states he canceled. So once they saw that, there's blood in the water. That's when they started coming at their site. Asked them, say, hey, look, I'm buying for Kenneth Bird. I sat there and said, hey, you mentioned my name. I bet you can't sell it to you. You can't sell it to you. He doesn't want that coming here. It's like everything that they said happened to them, literally. So his website's just sitting there, doing nothing. Other one had to shut his site down. Let's see. Got some nice videos on here. And yep, on the other hand, we're still making technology.
about to get mass orders in for that new tile technology from companies. I'm up to about 100 or 175 messages in my account requesting and asking me whether or not I want to sell out my technology. And all our doors are being opened one by one. I find it interesting that every campaign that you guys have tried has failed. Every single one. And you know what's interesting about every campaign you tried that's failed? Every single act that you did is written in the book of life for Judgment Day. It means you will pay for what you did. If you haven't been saved, if you haven't got your life together, you're going to pay for that sin you committed. Whether you'll pay for it here or you'll pay for the next life. And the interesting thing about it all, you don't know how much time you have left on this earth. It's only through God's grace that you're still here. And yet you prosecuted the Christians, and the Lord protects his people. So where do you think that's going? And meanwhile, you got a demon hunting you. Because he's already invested time in you. He's going to get what he invested. At the end of the day, he wants what he invested. And he put a lot of time in you guys at the end of the day. And he wants what belongs to him. Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, I got new technology to develop. I got these new containers that are coming out. Got some new containers we're designing to come pretty soon. I'll be showing off 4 more different new screens. We got the portable screens coming out pretty soon. We got ordered some Philips projectors that'll be coming in. I got a bunch of doors opening on our company left and right. I even got contacts in England and Dubai. Did you know that? I know a lot of people. I've been in business for a very long time. And you guys wasted all that time. You know, life is short. And you wasted all that time trying to topple my company to end up with nothing at all. Yep, waste of time. I told you the devil's a time waster. That's what he is. He's a 100% genuine time waster. He knows you're not going to be forever on this earth. Let me figure a way how I can waste as much as your time doing absolutely nothing but dumb stuff for me, so I can pretty sure get my chance to hang you, so I can make sure you stay on my side for good. You did everything he told you to do. And that's like when you watch a cat basically attack something and they put down the comment like 100% aggressive, 0% damage. You got nothing, no damage at all. And let the devil play you like a fiddle. He did play him like a fiddle. So they better get their acts together. Like I said, you know, time is short. You can be here today, gone tomorrow. Some people won't even reach 75. Some people won't even reach 60. I'm 56. You might not even make it to my age. But at least I know when I die tomorrow, before I die today, I know where I'm going. I'm going to heaven. That's a scary thought the day in the back of an ambulance, your heart racing at 100 miles an hour, and you don't know where you're going. Some people always get that thought in the back of their head that they give me just a little bit more time to get my life together. I promise, making promises, I promise that if I get through this, I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to change and become a man of God. Some people do and some people don't. That screen is gorgeous. We're going to get a 235 in here. I don't have a 235.1, I need one. Yeah, 235. mom telling me that. She's telling me that everything you do from the time that you come out of the womb, when you start realizing what sin really is and you start committing sin, begins to be written in the book of life. You're judged on everything. If you stole when you're a kid, it's in judgment. Everything you do. Once you realize that, you realize that there's no place for you to go. There's no place for you to go. There's only one way out of damnation, and that's through God. You ain't gonna make it through the devil, because he's the one that wants you damned with him. So when you realize in life there's nothing you can do, that you will be responsible for everything you do on this planet. Then you understand the other part of it, that everything you have is not yours. Everything you have is for other people. Do you believe it or not? Everything that you have, your house, your car, your business, all for other people. It's not for you. You're just borrowing it for the time being. When you leave, it'll all be left behind. Other people will claim your stuff. You won't need it where you're going. And then when they die, their stuff is all going to be left here on the earth. Imagine how interesting the earth is. That you leave everything behind when you go. You take nothing with you. Even your very life. You can't be here forever. No one can be here forever on this earth. Nobody. Everybody has to leave. And you will leave everything that you accumulated on this earth behind. Coming with nothing. Go in with nothing. Come out with nothing. I find that fascinating. Some people just terrified to live in daylights at them. Don't terrify me at all, period. I find it fascinating. But everything that man accumulates goes to someone else. That's what it means in the Bible. By toil under the sun, man works by the sweat of his brow to give to another. Which means everything you do to give to someone else, because you will not be taking it with you. It never was yours to begin with. Even your very life is not yours. God gave it to you, right? So since you don't have immortality and you can't stay here forever, that means that it has to go back sooner or later, which means you die and you go back. Your body goes back to the primal dust in which it came, because that's where you came from, and your soul goes back to God. So you're here on borrowed time. All those people you see right there, traveling about, back and forth, to and fro, are all on borrowed time. No one that you see in that picture will be here forever. Everyone has a timeline of when their time is to go. And every single person will leave all their possessions on this earth. From the beginning of time, kings, emperors, rulers, whatever, all their riches, everything they fought for wars, all here, still here. Or they'd be buried deep in the earth, it's still here. They can't take it with them. All their possessions, all their prizes, all their trophies, here. People come here and they win championships, trophies, all that stays here. Nothing leaves this earth. That's what I find interesting about the whole city thing, and people moving back and forth. I wonder that's how God sees us. Because he sees things at a miraculous amount of time. For us, time is basically, seems like it slips so fast, but for him, time goes on forever. Because he's been here forever. But none of those people you see in that video, none of them will stay here forever. All of them have a timeline when they're going to leave. The big thing is, when you look at it, is have they been saved before their time runs out? And everybody that you see moving back and forth the highway is going to be home that night. Some people make it home, some people won't make it home. Some people, their time is now, some people, their time is later. But everybody has to go. And that terrifies people. When I talk like that around my friend, it scares the daylight time. It's not the scary, it's truth, it's life, it's what it is. If you are not prepared for the next life, it terrifies you. If you are a Christian to them, they are not terrified by this. It does not bother them. They accept death. They accept life. It doesn't bother us. It accepts those that are not ready and not prepared. Those who have true faith in God are not worried about passing off this earth. We know it's waiting for us. Is that a Ferris wheel within a Ferris wheel? Oh, that is a Ferris wheel within a Ferris wheel. It's going in two different directions. One going this way, one going the other way. That's pretty interesting. Ferris wheel within a Ferris wheel. The one ride I would never ever get on because it freaks me out. It just freaks me out. I feel like the whole thing's going to disconnect. You basically just roll down the street. I'll do a roller coaster. I won't do that. No, you ain't gonna pay me enough money on that thing. Well, I've done them. I ain't doing it again. At least I got on one, conquered it, but I'm never getting back on it again, ever. So it's freaky. This ain't been on my entire life. This was a roller coaster, just all zipping around 100 miles an hour. It's over and done with. Jeez. We're going to Donny Park this summer. I can't wait. Hope they got something over that scares the crap out of me over there. But that's the only time the roller coaster is enjoyable when you're afraid of it. If you're not afraid of it, what's the point? Because it's boring. And people, your friends, that start to jump on roller coaster, how the freak do you do that? They're terrified. They're absolutely terrified to be on that coaster. But that's the thrill of it all, the fear. I can't wait. They got the new roller coaster. I'm going to check that out. I hope this thing is scary. I hope it's like the Possessed. The Possessed was real jacked up, and that Kingdom Come was jacked up. Man, I got some other things I want to design and start working on. Some other projects besides screen paint. I want to work on new projects. There were Pennsylvania charges for execution and judgment. What does Pennsylvania charge for execution of judgment on a lawsuit? Oh, hey, that's it? Okay, cool.
Explore handwritten tells in the edit. And unlock upgraded stakes.
Well, you gotta pay for it. Because it ain't coming out of my pocket. And we're gonna reimburse it in a lawsuit anyway. Let's see. So it's $25 per address. You gotta pay for the address for them to come out. There's the sheriff's fee, because the sheriff has to come out there with the collectors. So whatever it is, it'll come out. I'll get it reimbursed. You have to pay it up to me anyway. All court costs and anything, everybody got to pay for. So I got to pay for the sheriff and all that. So yeah, when they show up, they're going to show up at the sheriff's department because people do dumb stuff. They might try to detect the repos, and they got to get whatever tallied up to what they owe us, which is going to be about $60,000. So that's what they're going to pay up. And if you ain't got it, then I'm going to just garnish your paycheck. I'm pretty sure they'll sell off the rest of that stuff in there and give me what's owed to me. What you get mad about? You're just going to have to go to court and back on what you said about my product, right? And on top of that, with them copyrights, did you touch my copyrights? You did, right? Okay then, what do you think's going to happen? Why do you think the process server came to your front door? It came to your front door because there was enough evidence. Oh, please talk about that one in court. I can't wait for that one. When you talk to the judge, please bring that one up. Oh, please do. Because they're from the same people. So I can't wait for him to open his mouth and say, well, there wasn't enough evidence because the process server. No, the judge is going to tell you that's why the process server was there, because there wasn't enough evidence to prosecute you, Mr. Fernando. So you know from the door that you don't have my permission. Did you get my permission? Anything for touching my copyrights? Did you not? You didn't get it? Nope. You did it right? Got tons of evidence, right? So you owe me 60 grand. When we get to federal court, you're going to owe me $5 million. Because that's what I'm going to sue you for. $5 million for touching them copyrights. And then the state's going to come along and they're going to hit you for $250,000 per offense because it's willfully. And that carries the 80-year prison sentence, or maybe more than that. So you're going to have to pay me. And you figure it out. But I'm going to have a sheriff's department and a debt collector at your front door to get my stuff. Because you got to pay me. What's right is right. Oh, nice little bridges in there too. Very nice. Got to pay me. Mr. Williams, $250,000 lawsuit. And we're coming down to Baltimore. You know why? Because we may be filing a lawsuit against your building. Talk to a couple of lawyers. I can sue your building. So we're going to give them a certain amount of time. I'm going to call them tomorrow. We need to get contact with the attorney that is basically taking their case on basically getting him out of the building. Because we can now, if they don't do anything, and we've been contacting them back and forth and say nothing happens, we can sue them. And for a lot of money too. Go look it up. Knock yourself out. Go look it up. Yep, you're responsible for that. So if you know your tenant was out committing crimes and you did nothing about it, you're liable for the lawsuit. That's why you have to have a talk to with Fernando's landlord, because we need to know how much of that he's known. If he doesn't know, then we'll let it go. I'm pretty sure he probably does know, so it'll probably be a lawsuit. Whew. This is going to be interesting. And he's going to be, what Fernando's landlord makes it far worse for him is because they'll probably make claim that, hey, look, I didn't know much about it. I can't control him, what he does. His business has nothing to do with my business. Oh, no, you're wrong. His LLC sits on top of your building, which means if we sue him, it goes through you too. So he has to basically get a court order to get his name off or whatever. You got to get the LLC off that building. Which means they'll have to dissolve the LLC, which they can't because there's a document missing. They can't allow the LLC to dissolve. And he can't do it because he lied on the document on the company's age, which he committed perjury. Well. And that's going to come up in court. I'll explain to the judge all the problems we've been having with you, Mr. Fernando, all the problems you carrying on and acting out and things you were doing. I'll explain all that to them. We'll give them the docket numbers of the police reports and also to the control number behind us. So whether you're there or not, it's going to proceed. Can't blame anybody else for you're not. If it's nonsense, you can't blame anybody. They do want to get online, they want to complain and scream and yell and say it's other people's faults, and it's your fault. Now I got to contact tomorrow. I got to reach out to Baltimore Police Department, Detectives Unit, and send over a docket to them to get an arrest for Mr. Williams, because Mr. Williams, they're going to show up at your building. And we have your letters here with your fingerprints on them. Your address is sitting on it. We've made serious complaints and we've talked to several people in your building which they're quite aware of the situation, and they have let us know that they have got an attorney with the building to start the process for eviction. So when those officers get there, they're going to talk to these people first, and they're going to let them know, yes, we know this person, let them know who we are, and he did contact us and tell them about the problems we're having with the individual. They're going to basically side with the police, which means you could be arrested that day. And if you don't have the money for bail, they're just going to hold you over. Which we're going to contact, let them know that hopefully they can provoke your bail. They can keep you. And the reason why is because you don't know how to act. You know, attacking my family and friends with these dumb letters at the end of the day. Oh, by the way, this post office fraud charge, by the way, I found out about that. We're filed against you on that too. And that carries a 20-year prison sentence. Anything else comes here, I hope we get more mail. I hope we get some more mail come from you. Because it's going straight directly to them. I already sent over an envelope to them. It's going to go right to their front desk. They're going to open up and see all your little handiwork. So anything that comes over from here on in, so you know, is being sent to those people at the front desk, and the manager and leasing office will have those letters. We can send out to your legal. They'll get it too. And they're already full aware of your actions. So just think right now, if he sent some letters and forgot, like, oh my goodness, they're going to, yeah, they get here. Guess what? You're in trouble. Because the more letters come here, the bigger the lawsuit going to hit that building with. And the last thing they want is a lawsuit. So they're going to have to get you out of that building as fast as possible to keep us happy. Because if not, we're going to hit their building with a lawsuit. And that's not going to go well for anybody. If that building gets the lawsuit, that rent's going to go through the roof, especially with the amount of money they're going to sue them for. Then my sister, she's filed a lawsuit. She may hit your building because you contacted her too. I talked with her and explained to her that if lawsuits do strike that building, everybody in that building's going to have some problems. Their rent's going to go through the roof. We don't want that at the end of the day. We want him out of that building. That's what we want. You don't deserve to be there. Someone deserves to be in that building that is truly can accept God's blessing. Somewhere out there, there's some family out there somewhere that needs that place. He doesn't need it. Somebody else needs it. You didn't treat it right when you were there. And you thought you could do anything you want. What was the statement that you made on your YouTube channel? You said nothing happened to me yet. Did you remember making that statement? That's going to come back to bite you in the face. I said be very careful about the things you say from your mouth. And the very same things you say can happen to you. Jamie made statements about us going out of business, us being thrown in jail, us losing everything, being thrown out in the street. Look what happened to him. Lost his business. He's going to jail. That's definitely, there's no doubt about it. He is going to lose everything in lawsuits, fines, fees, penalties. Cost him everything. Mr. McAfee got on a channel and talked about losing his home. You very well could lose your home now. Because we reached out to the bar. And we let them know that, hey, your name's going to come up multiple times because this individual went out on community day. And we showed them the postcards. Matter of fact, I'm going to send one out to them. Now, on their end, they're going to file a lawsuit against you. On their end, they're going to file a criminal charge against you. That's identity theft. We use their bar to commit crimes in the United States Postal Service. On top of that, we got multiple pictures of you on my account forging our name to a fake receipt and making false accusations with your face right next to the pictures, to the fake receipts, right? Got the video and everything. All right, then, there you go. Now, I, for one, don't want your house. I really don't. But you are going to pay me a lot of money. And because of the fraud you committed, you're going to do some time. It's only fair. Them, on the other hand, I don't know what they're going to do. They could go after your house. Who do you have to blame for that? You have no one to blame but yourself. You're a grown man with kids, got a nice little house over there, got a nice job, and what do? You go screw it up by going online and doing some dumb stuff you shouldn't have did to begin with. You're a grown man at the end of the day. How are you going to tell your kids at the end of the day to act like adults when you can't even be one? Even worse, gentlemen, all that happens in court, it's going to go on public record. It's going to be everywhere, which means your job's going to find out, your church is going to find out, your family's going to find out, your wife's going to find out, everybody's going to read about it. Was it worth it? Well, and again, you follow Satan. That's what Satan does to you. Man, come out of the freaking pool with a laptop. Don't let you nothing.
It's moments like this that keep
I'd be
us moving
baffled. I don't even care about the
forward.
Snickers. Like, how the freak you did up with that laptop?
In the right direction today with new free Ultra when Tiny Holiday delivers full option support. Do it. Own, competent.
Share fees.
Health starts today.
All right. All right. So cool. I got a certain time. I got plenty of time. They give me plenty of time. Do get it done. Get it done. Maybe we finish. Whatever. Man, self-destruct, destroy their lives. They wreck their lives, destroy them. Mr. Williams is going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot in this. Mind, the building he's in, he has a caseworker. Caseworker is free to reach out to us anytime they want to. You can talk to them, explain to them. They're probably all going to reach out to us. Want to talk to us and know what's going on, what happened. We'll talk to them. We'll show them your handiwork. You know what's interesting, Mr. Williams? Every letter that you sent out came back to us sealed. All the letters you sent out came back sealed, every single one of them. The Lord allowed for not one person to open up any of those letters, not one person to throw away any of those letters. He allowed for every single person to keep the letters and bring them back to us. The devil told you that you were going to send those letters out, and they were going to look at that, and they were probably you're going to convince all the people in that neighborhood to turn against me. The devil told you at the end of the day that they're going to probably take those letters and throw them in the trash. They're going to read about it, and it's going to change your opinion how they see me. And they're going to throw them in the trash. Evidence is going to be going, they're going to throw it away. You didn't realize that every single one's letters came back to us sealed. Every single one. I know your handwriting too, by the way. Even if you change it, I still know your handwriting. How you cross your T's, dot your I's, all that. No matter how you switch your name around, we know it's you. But anyway, yeah, everything came back. Same thing with Mr. McAfee. All your letters came back to us. Every single one of them. And he signed his name to every single one of those with Flushington, Ohio attached to it. And what makes matters worse, gentlemen, that even if you put it on, say you put it in a house or in my area, right? When they stamp it, they stamp it in your state. How dumb can you be? Really? I mean, seriously. I showed it to the post office and stop laughing. How dumb can you be? You do know they stamp it in your state. They don't stamp it in Pennsylvania. They would stamp it in Pennsylvania if you lived in Pennsylvania. They stamp it in your state. Those stamps, each one of them, they're basically have a record on when that label, when it was stamped, what time it was stamped, the whole 9 years is all on record. And it left his fingerprints on the inside of the letter. Oh my goodness. See that thumbnail, the open doors? You don't have any of those. Every single one of your doors are locked. Double locked them for you. They locked every single one of those doors. You're going to need God to unlock those doors. Nothing is going to be to unlock your doors for God. The devil made sure your doors stay locked. And every time you follow him a little bit deeper, he adds another lock to the door. And another one, and another one, another one. You make sure you don't never get out of there. You gotta call on God. You gotta get right with God. You know the sad thing about this? Some are bent up by so much anger and so much jealousy and so much hatred that they're locked in for good. Or you can't say for good. Some people have been down through time, been locked in for good, and they got out. They were able to find their salvation. But that hatred, you're doing like Pharaoh did. Pharaoh was full of hatred. What happened to Pharaoh in the Bible? He was killed. He was crushed by the ocean. Full of hatred. He follows God's people right across. He was so full of so much hatred, he didn't even see the water was around. He didn't see it. Soldiers saw it. They were scared to death. They wanted to get out of there, but they following their leader right into that canyon of water, and that water just crushed them. Yep. I'm going to get ready to make my new formula. I want a different container for this. I need a different container with the jade. A different formula for it. Now, they may sit there and say, well, most people do this all the time. People don't want to accept fate. Don't want to change fate. They'll sit there and say, well, he's happy over this. No, ain't nobody happy over your demise. You made it yourself. You're doing the same thing I did when I was 16. I know what's going to happen to you. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen that way. Hopefully you do get saved. But I know the road you're down. I know what it leads to. Because I did it already. I did it at age 16. I know what's waiting for you. You have no idea. You really have no idea. See, a person has already followed Satan down that dark hole. Already know. You have no idea what's waiting for you. Say it doesn't happen the way when you go to jail. Maybe you don't make it to jail. You can make it so you can end your life before you make it to jail. And you got plenty of people out there. You can swing your way. You're driving home. Person in the next car. Can be a person that also follows the devil. You can make sure you two cross paths. One of you can murder each other. Happens all the time. People walk in the bars all the time. They sit down and eat. Person comes over with a little nasty attitude. You have no idea that you think at the end of the day that's just a person with an angry attitude, huh? If you're a Christian, you wouldn't be in that bar. You'd be home. You wouldn't have no business being there. You wouldn't even want to be in there. Not for you to be in there. So you wouldn't be in there with the devil's little games at the end of the day, because you wouldn't be in there. Yep. Whatever he's planning, if the Lord has plans to save him at the end of the day, I guarantee the devil's going to make sure you don't cross that line. Any means necessary. If the Lord is making plans to save these men from their sins, the devil is already going to make sure it doesn't happen. You got an enemy on your back. And a very terrifying one, too. You've already followed his path. You already made your initiation to join his team. When you attacked me, or attacked anybody at the end of the day, and you listened to what he told you to do, and you listen to what he told you, you've already made that initiation that you're interested in what he's interested in. And now he wants what belongs to him. So you better pray that the Lord saves you from what he's got planned for you. Because he's going to collect. People sit there and say, well, I can run into a church. That's not. The devil walks in church all the time. He walks right in the church. He'll sit down right next to you. My sister had an incident in the church where a woman was barking like a dog. Not like a human dog, an actual dog. She was possessed. She was barking like a dog. And everybody got up and moved. away from her. And the minister told people from the church, those you're not strong enough, leave. Only those that are strong enough to cast that demon out can stay. And cast that demon out of that woman. How do I know the devil can walk into, the demons can walk into a church? I told you I walked into a church one time with a blade in my hand to kill a preacher. Walked right in, sat right down. I heard it talk to me every single day. That demon talked to me every single day. Told me how to do all kinds of stuff. Weapons, explosives, all kinds of stuff. Taught me all kinds of stuff. Teaching me ways to destroy and kill people. Yep. I know firsthand when I tell you at the end of the day, to be that close to the devil. When that guy, preacher, walked past me, it angered me. Oh, it angered me. It's almost like he said something really nice. He didn't say anything to me. It's just his presence of being there made me angry. Doesn't like to hear the word of God. Doesn't like to hear anyone talking about the word of God. Doesn't like to hear testimony. Nothing at all. It hates God. That's why some of you leave the room. You know why you leave the room? Because you can't stand what I'm about to say. Because you are that person. So, all that preacher did was to walk past me, and that angered me enough to try to take his life. And I walked into that church with a blade on me. But couldn't touch him. Lord froze my body, couldn't move at all. He walked past me several times, and I couldn't touch him. And that's I learned two things in that testimony. I learned that the devil can walk into a church, and I learned how people are protected by God in the church, because the devil can't do jack. Because I couldn't do jack when I was in there. Because the Lord protected that man from me. He also protected me, because if I had killed that man, I'd have gone to jail. I got a far worse sentence I was about to go get. So he also was protecting me at the same time. But also teach me a lesson at the same time that how his people are protected. See, gentlemen, when I see you come at me with all that hatred and anger, I see the devil. When I see you try to attack and try to destroy me, I see myself when I walked into that church with that blade in my hand, trying to hurt that preacher, and I couldn't touch him. That's how I know you can't touch me. That's how I know you can't lay one hand on me. You can't do anything to me. Satan can't do nothing to me. Because that's what I went through when I was walking in that church filled with the devil trying to hurt this man, and I couldn't even touch him. Matter of fact, when I was released, I was so terrified I ran out of that church. Scared to death. The devil was running, I was running. Scared. So I know that you can't touch me. I also know that the consequences that come with that, when basically when you attack a Christian, is when I sat there and said that thing to my brother-in-law about shooting him, and no sooner that I had a man that was about to pull the trigger and take my life. How fast it can happen. I also saw the crossroad where the devil talked to me and told me to throw the Bible away and flush it down the toilet. That book can't help you now. So I saw the crossroads too. So I've seen a lot of things. And the interesting thing about it is the path that you're going down is the same path I went down when I was 16 years old. I've already witnessed what you're about to witness. Yep. This is a really beautiful.
And it's really nice. We gotta make a curve screen for that. An out curve screen would be perfect for that. Am I subscribed to this guy? Who is he? Well, I am now. Definitely. This will be an out curve. We gotta do an out curve. I haven't done an out curve in a while. Well, I'm going to enjoy my blessings and my open doors that my Lord has given to us. And just a little reminder to those people who think at the end of the day they can bring harm to us. You can't do that. You bring your own destruction upon your own head. You bring destruction upon your family. So you curse yourself, you can curse your family too.
You don't be doing anything to us at all, period. And as I said right there in the middle of the floor, I said, if I'm doing all these things, you can't bless the hand of the wicked. Can't do it. It's not that kind of God. I mean, take it all away from us. And our technology has advanced way higher than I've seen. We've had blessings. But now, this technology is way different than I've ever seen. It has so many possibilities to it. If you even knew what goes on in my head, the doors that are unlocking, the blessings that I'm seeing that the Lord is laying before us, the abilities that we have, we're going to be to do things on amazing, outstanding levels. The Lord has given that to us. These are the gifts and blessings He's given to us. Oh no, how are you sleeping that way? Your head is right against the... Oh, whatever. Taco, are you comfortable that way? I wonder about him sometimes. I really do. Like, how in the world is he comfortable? His face is right against the wall. Taco, are you comfortable like that? Turn around. So your body's the other way around. You're literally kissing the wall. Alright, whatever. I gotta get you a sofa. Got a little cat sofa. I'm gonna pick him up pretty soon. Jeez, cat is sitting there right there. Face right against the wall, like, is it close enough? Can you read it? Oh man, what time we got here? I got a business engagement I gotta take care of today and get that done. Alright, I'm gonna go to Vistaprint, look at my new business cards. Check out the new business cards I'm gonna do. Definitely want to do see-throughs, and definitely I want to do the reflective holograms. I like those right there. I'm gonna enjoy our new technology here. And the sad thing about this is, people, and the really sad thing about it is, these guys will be sitting up there thinking, full of hatred, anger, bitter. Angry and bitter. And sit there and listen to the devil talking about, oh, I figured a way how I can attack him, I can take him out. Again, can I explain this to you again? We serve Jesus over here. We serve God. You cannot touch us over here. Do you understand it? At the end of the day, I have faith in my Lord and Savior that He protects me from all things. Before you were even thought of, before we knew who you were, I sat in a prison cell looking at 40 to 80 years behind bars with a substantial, heavy amount of evidence, easy to be prosecuted. Turned 18th on my certification date. 18, perfect. Everything was lined up just perfectly for me to spend the rest of my life in prison. Am I sitting behind bars right now? No, I'm here right now having this conversation. The same person who basically denied Jesus, called him a scammer, a ripoff, a cult, everything you could think of. Defied God on every level you can possibly think of. And yet I'm here. He looked out for me, He protected me, He saved my life multiple times, more times than I can ever count. He's blessed me more times than I can ever count. I've seen miracles, I've seen blessings before I was even known on YouTube. And you guys come out of nowhere talking about how I'm supposed to be this fake Christian at the end of the day. You don't even know me or my relationship with God. And this is why you're in the situation right now. I know what my future is. Do you even know what your future is going to be? Mine won't be sitting in front of a judge, I tell you that much. You got two judges you're going to sit in front of. You're going to sit in front of the judge of man and the judge of God. You're going to need God to get you out of both of them. And unlike that, you're going to have to do time. You're going to have to pay for some of that, because I had paid for it. Yes, I did. I had to pay for my time. I did my time and I had to pay for it. And I took it like a man. I did my time. I learned a lot in that process, a whole lot. If I had the opportunity to go and serve it again, would I do it again? Yeah, I would, because I learned a lot about God. I did. That's where I basically met God. That's where my relationship started with God. And that whole entire situation, that's where I met God. The person who denied God is now calling out to God to save his life. I've already seen what the devil did. That's what got me there. That's what got me in that situation was the devil. Why would I call out to him? He got me there. And he was trying to kill me at the same time. Put depression in me, trying to make me commit suicide. Get me in all this trouble, and then when I get in that situation where I'm at, where's he at? Nowhere to be found. Except for putting thoughts in my head to kill myself. That's when I realized at the end of the day, the devil's job is to do nothing more than just to kill you. That's when that epiphany popped in my head, and I thought to myself, my God, his job is to kill you. Get me into a ton of trouble. Listen to everything he told me to do. And then when I get locked up and I'm in a situation, I always tell me to kill myself. They even spoke to me in the prison cell, or on the other end. Spoke to me. The hope I had, my mom gave to me, throw it in the trash, flush it down the toilet. God can't help you now. God can't help you. I'll never forget that. As long as I live, I'll never forget that. That demon that spoke to me. God can't help you now. Angry and upset. He didn't get his investment. Still angry and upset. You know why? Because I see the way you guys react toward me. I see him upset and angry. I see the devil in you. And I see the way when you guys attack me, I see the devil. I see the devil upset, angry, bitter, and mad because he couldn't get me. See, gentlemen, you have to understand, it goes way deeper than just screen paint. It goes deeper than your jealousy at the end of the day. The devil's mad at me at the end of the day because he lost me. And he'll use anybody he possibly can to try to topple my life and try to get me to commit sin and travel down that same path to end up in the same situation where he can get me again. And you got used. And he couldn't care less. If you got thrown under the bus, if you burned, he sacrificed, he don't care about that. He's angry. And he used you guys to try to taunt me, get me to lose my temper and transfer back into that old school, that person I used to be way back in the day, that person, and get me to go and commit some crimes. As in, to be frank with you, kill you. But I already seen what the devil's work is. I've seen what kind of work he does at the end of the day. I rebuke him. When he comes to me and he brings in my, you can just go buy this, you go pick up this, you're trained to use this, you go get that, pick that up. Yeah, he puts thoughts in my head. And I rebuke him, because I know what he is. I know who he is from the door. The thing about it, gentlemen, you can't see him for what he is. And that's what makes your life in danger. Because you can't see the enemy that's sitting right in front of you. I know him. I've already danced with him already. And I've seen exactly what he has to offer. So I can easily rebuke him and move about my business. I can take all my anger and give it to God. If I did that when I was out in the streets, guess what? I wouldn't have gotten locked up, would I? But I chose to harness the devil's hatred. And you think at the end of the day that it's about screen paint. No. The devil put the hatred in you at the end of the day because it's far more than that. He has the hatred toward me because he lost me. That's why he's mad. He just used you to get what he has to try to get done. But in the process, he knows he can't touch me. You know why? I serve God. And he knows who God is. And he's afraid of God. And he knows in the day that you don't follow God. Because if you did follow God, you wouldn't have got yourself in the trouble you're in right now. So he's going to use you and collect some more souls along the way. So what you need to worry about, when you leave out the front door, when you go to sleep at night, you need to worry about what is watching you. What is waiting to get his hands on you to collect what belongs to him. I'd rather have God any day collect. I don't want that one collecting. What do you do when you go to sleep and you pray? You pray for the Lord to watch over you, right? But yet, you commit these evil acts. But you want the Lord to protect you. Well, hopefully they get saved and they find God. Hopefully. They get saved and they find God. If they don't, I already know your outcome already. Prison is not your worst nightmare. The worst nightmare is what's waiting for you in the next life. That's your worst nightmare. Forever. Now I'm going to enjoy God's open doors. And while I'm enjoying His open doors, I'm going to pray every day that He guides me in the right path as He's opening these doors for me. That the devil isn't there waiting to trip me up. So he can try to basically take my soul or try to get me to fall, which I'm not going to do. I believe that all this is a test from God. I believe that these guys attacking me is another of God's trials and tribulations. Because what the Lord has for us, the great blessing He has for us to have the money that we need to do the things we have to do for Him, but the devil's going to be there to try to take it from us. The devil's going to try to bring people into our lives. They're going to try to entangle and deceive us to get us to go down that wrong path again. People think money's evil. Money's not evil. It's how you use it that makes it evil. And I got to learn patience. And what better way the Lord to teach you patience before He's about to bless you? When He's about to bless you something crazy things are going on in your life, that's because the Lord got something ready for you. He's trying to get you ready because He already knows the devil's already out to get you. When you're going through all that in your life, that's what God's got something big for you. And the doors I see been opening up for us left and right. We've been meeting the right people, talking to the right people, getting ready. The Lord's opening up doors. Yep. No. And those people are saying, well, open the doors, what? So you're super rich? Well, I'm super rich. Technology's worth a lot of money. I'm very rich. But it ain't about money. Not about that. It's about using that money to be able to do things to help other people out. And everything we do is going to be all Christian owned. Everything we do, whether it be homeless shelters, whether it be low rent and real nice places at the end of the day, because I do believe in that, really nice places and low rent. Whether it be food drives, whatever it may be, pamper drives, baby formula, whatever it is to help other people out. It's all going to glorify God. Everything we're blessed to have will go in to glorify God. So every person that knows that what our company does, they will know that God gave us that technology. For every penny, dollar, nickel, dime crosses our hands, will go to help other people out. There's no way in the world we need that kind of money. What am I going to do with that kind of money to begin with? What, 30, 40 cars, dozen houses? That's a waste of money. That money could go to feed somebody at the end of the day. And you're going to know that all that came from God. And glorify His name. For a blessing that we got here. That I got long before you guys ever existed on your YouTube channels. And I know the devil's been fighting extra hard because he doesn't want this to happen. Well, guess what? No mental note to you, Satan, at the end of the day. It is going to happen. And there's nothing that you're going to do that's going to stop me from getting it done. I have the Lord at my back. I have Jesus at my side. And there's nothing you can do to stop us. We're going to get it done. I'm going to let everyone know that anyone, we walk in any place we walk into, that all our technology comes from God. If anyone there basically laughs at it, we go in a different direction. We don't do business with them. If you have respect for my Lord, you don't, we go. I have no time for that nonsense. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you can move stones from here to here, or mountains, whatever. We don't care. God comes first. So, God has a reason for all things, and all things happen for a reason. Taco, what do you think? Huh? It's going to be awesome, isn't it? Yes, sir. We got a lot to do. A lot to do. A lot of charities, a lot of people to help out. We got a lot to do. This technology is going to pave the way for it too. That's what you're seeing right there. Every time I see that, I see the Lord's blessings. Every single time I see the Lord's blessing. What does the devil see? The devil's jealous, angry, upset, bitter. You see him. He's on the YouTube channel. You see him all the time. Slandering, screaming, yelling, all that. Yeah. Even those who claim to be ministers at the end of the day, they do the devil's work. I don't know what minister at the end of the day sent us the curse words we received in those emails. Unbelievable. Yep. Even on his YouTube channel. He cursed a couple of times on his YouTube channels. But yeah, you call yourself a minister. And he had the nerve to sit there and say, pray for this channel that it doesn't go away. Mr. Williams, I tell you something. You're just begging for self-destruction on every level you can think of. Here you are robbing God, stealing from him. I'm going to have somebody go through your books, by the way. Oh, yeah. I got somebody. I told you I'm supposed to work to IRS. I'm going to go through your books. I'm going to go through your PayPal account. I want to see how many people donated to you. I'm curious. The age of these people that were donating to you. Because usually the most people that will fall into this are pretty much the elderly will fall into this. Some young people maybe, but mostly it's the elderly people that will fall into this. How much money you've been collecting off your Cash App, whatever, on not having a church? And these people are going to be very upset when they find out the research from the door really tell you truly with the YouTube channel. You can clearly see 1 and 1 is 2 at the end of the day. But yeah, you've been doing some really dirty stuff. And you had the nerve to call yourself a man of God? Really? Unbelievable. Well, I made that known to them too. For that Housing Authority, public housing, that you were a person named the minister. And that's how we know, that's when they asked us, how do we know about you? I said, he contacted our company multiple times, posing as a minister. Later on, doing some research, going to his YouTube channel and find out his Facebook channel, he's taking donations. So all the stuff that you had on your Facebook page, once you deleted off your Facebook page to hide the evidence, they have it. They got your face flattered on all these different asking people for money, donate money, they have all that. And that's going to go to your caseworker. That's also going to go to public housing too. They're going to get that information too. If you weren't guilty of what you did, why would you delete your Facebook page? Because you know deep down inside this is something to get you in trouble. So if it can get you in trouble and you're supposed to be a minister, a man of God, then you know that you were doing the devil's work. I asked you a simple question. I asked for your doctorate on biblical Bible studies. I requested your diploma or degree. I requested the church where you're located. I request for people that can vouch from your church that you say who you are. I requested your clergy ID. Now that's his ID stating that he is a minister. Now, judging by from what I've seen in your handwriting, there's no way in the world you graduated from you couldn't graduate from college. No. Not at all, buddy. Not at all. I think you used the whole minister thing because, again, some people carry those fake IDs around and they get discounts. Now, most people are not going to question the minister, you know what I mean? Because it's the minister at the end of the day. Some people are going to ask for that ID, some people just not. They're going to give you the discount anyway, you know what I mean? Because who's crazy enough to come in and do something like that, you know what I mean? Like, come on, right there in your face, going to basically fake, well, people do it. Yes, they do. And some people don't question it. So I guarantee he's got some fake ID running around getting all kinds of deals and this, that, and the other. I guarantee you. Because you got minister on everything. It's splattered everywhere. And then you do these little promo demonstrations with your fire and explosion and all that stuff. Pumping out this fake nonsense. Williams, you are the people in the church that Jesus took a stick to and beat out of the church. You know what those people were doing in that church, Mr. Williams? They were in there stealing from God. They were promising people if they spent the money for a special lamb or sacrificial dove or goat or whatever it may be, that they would get a special blessing from God. They were putting words in God's mouth. They were making money off of God. That's what you're doing. You put the scripture that you're helping people and you're ushering them to find Jesus and to know about Jesus and to walk with Jesus, and yet you're asking for donations monthly and you're taking from them. You can't give them anything back. You know why? Because you don't have anything to give to them because you do the devil's work. That's why. Put it this way. You ever heard the term, Mr. Williams, the blind leading the blind? How Jesus talks about removing the peg first from your eye, or the splinter from your eye, then you can see clearly to remove the splinter from the other person's eye. Neither one of you can see. You have a large splinter or plank in your eye, and you can't see correctly. So how are you going to remove that splinter out of other eyes if you can't see the movement to begin with? You don't know the book correctly. And you use God to take money from other people. And the sad thing about it is, majority of people who get ripped off in these churches like this are elderly people. Those are the ones who get ripped off. Word gets out when you go to the prison system, you're going to get yourself hurt pretty bad. People don't like it when you rip off old people. They don't like it. And somebody's grandmother, at the end of the day, somebody's mother at the end of the day, you taking from. And he'll laugh about it. He'll think it's a joke at the end of the day. Not a joke at the end of the day, it really isn't, but it'll catch up to you. Now imagine you people on YouTube, your mother or grandmother has been giving someone money that claims to be a minister of the church. Who knows what goes on in the email messages he's messaging back and forth with these people? Or how much money he's asking for in these donations. When you hit that donation box, there are certain boxes that pop up to tell you to give a certain amount of money. I wonder what you're promising on these donations when that person checks off on that box. So you're stealing from somebody's mother or somebody's grandmother at the end of the day. Mr. Williams, if your grandmother is alive, how would you feel if somebody was taking money from her? How would you feel if somebody was giving her wrong information and taking money from her? That would upset you, wouldn't it? But yet you steal from somebody else's grandmother or somebody else's mother. Not have grasped with reality and will believe anything that comes out of their mouth. Those are the kind of people they like. Those are the people they can get to rob them and take from them. I saw something, man, where this woman was at the gas station and she was drawing all this money out of her account. Now, they seen this woman coming there from all, she's a local in there. But today was something different. She was in there drawing all this money out. And when the officer walked up to her, he said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" She said, "I'm in a lot of trouble. So eventually, scammers had contacted her and convinced her that she was $23,000 in debt. And she had to send this money up to the Western Union. And this woman was terrified. She was taking her life savings to send to these criminals and then over in this other country. That just make you want to beat the crap out of somebody, don't it? That just make you, somebody taking advantage of an elderly person, that just make you want to go on and just beat the living crap out of them. Because that's somebody's grandmother at the end of the day. Mr. Williams, that's what you do at the end of the day. You steal from old people. You gonna say you don't steal from old people? I guarantee you that majority of most people they take from in a church are old people. You know why? Because they have tons of savings. They're not doing anything with it, and it's money just accumulating. They don't spend much. My mother had a ton of money sitting in her accounts because she don't spend anything. They get a little just that and the other, and they're happy. They don't need a lot. That's it. We buy from her, shop from her. She don't need nothing because we give her everything she wants. So she just money stacked in her account, and they know that from the door. So what do? They come with these fake scans to rob them. I remember when I used to pick up her phone, she had a landline. We had to disconnect that thing. You know how many scams run on a freaking landline? It's insane because they think at the end of the day that the only people I have are elderly. And there's so many back to back calls be popping and coming up. And there'd be some guy talking about, hey, health insurance, life insurance, whatever nonsense. Craziness. Just to scam some poor old lady out of her money. That's what you do. Or far worse. You pose as a man of God while you rip these people off. Because anybody young would saw through that. they'd have dug up you up. They'd have looked you on up Facebook and looked you up through Instagram, or they'd have dug you up. But an older person's really not going to take the time to go on a computer and look somebody up. They're just not. They're just going to send the money. That's what they're going to do. I tell you, man. If I was I'm a man of God, but if I wasn't, and I found out you ripped my mother off, I'm gonna come down there and see you. We're gonna have a nice little talk. Me and my 10 brothers, my 5 brothers and sisters will come down and talk. Majority of them are military. We'll come down and have a little talk with you. And rip my mother off at the end of the day, take something out of her banking account that belonged to her, something she earned, something she worked for. She collected down through time because she worked. Yeah, I'll come see you. If I wasn't a man of God, I had to come in there and knock your brains out. Ain't no way in the world you're gonna be stealing from my mother at the end of the day, and that's what you are. You're a thief. Steal from. I don't know who you steal from, but I guarantee you, most likely it's older people. It's always older people. Always older people. Give their life savings so on top of that. Such a shame. First thing you want to do if you want to repent, remove that nonsense off your YouTube channel. And apologize, not to me. You got to apologize to God. You got to go before Him and ask Him for forgiveness. So I had to go to Him and ask Him for forgiveness when I went on and did all that destruction. At the end of the day, I went before Him and I begged for forgiveness. And I needed forgiveness. See, let me explain something to you real quick. I gotta go. I've been saying I gotta go. I don't hate you. I really don't. I don't hate you. I don't give the devil that satisfaction. That's what the devil wants. The devil wants to fill me for hate and anger, rage. Have you guys attack me and me feeling all this? No, I don't have no hatred for you. I don't. There's nothing here. I gotta prosecute you because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take you to court and I'm supposed to prosecute you. That's what I'm supposed to do. When you attack me, that's what I do. That's what people do when they're civilized. You guys do. So that has nothing to do with hatred. That's me following the rules of what I'm supposed to do when someone does something wrong to me. Yeah, I go get me a lawyer. I go take someone to court. That's part of the procedure. What you guys do is out of hate. So when the devil comes at me and gives me ideas about you can do this and do that, I tell him I rebuke you, Satan, and I put him behind me. Because I don't hate you at the end of the day. I don't give the devil that Satan. Why would I let him in? I'm not letting him get his claws in me. He did that one already before. We're not doing that. No. I give it to God. Anything I have, I give it to the Lord. He takes care of it. So I have no hatred towards you at all, in any way whatsoever. That's the worst camera I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, I have no hatred towards you. Now you may believe that in your head, like, oh, he hates it. No, I don't. I don't get the devil that satisfaction. I don't. I've been down that road, been filled with hatred and anger toward people. It's a better way to live your life. I'm never, ever going to experience that ever again as long as I live on this planet. No. I give all glory to God. Lord takes everything from me and I give it to Him and leave it at that. You let the devil fester and fill you for hatred. That's what you do. Alright, I gotta go. Because I have to contact this agency about something. I want to see where this stage is going to look like. I still got to get that information on how big a screen we can put out there. I don't know about that one yet. Like how big a screen we can put out there. I got to find that out. Which I need to call City Hall. I'm going to get a chance to meet the mayor one day. All right, people. Yes, I ain't going to talk about the Lord on my channel. Why not? Am I going to deny what He's given to me? People get mad at me at the end of the day. Why are you going to talk about God? What are you talking about God? Why wouldn't I talk about God? Look at all this stuff I got from God. I'm ungrateful. That's like you having a kid at the end of the day. You buy something nice. You buy some nice toy and it doesn't tell you thank you. How would you feel like that? You buy shit behind. You buy your kid this toy they want and they don't even say thank you to it. They just look at you and go, and walk away. How would that make you feel? You'd be upset about that, wouldn't you? You mean to tell me you can't give me a thank you? You know how hard I had to work to get this phone for you, and you can't give me a thankful? Oh, ungrateful person that you are. Oh, you ready to strike them down, aren't you? And yet God gives us blessings every day, and we don't even thank Him. You know? When people say God ain't got mercy, God has mercy. That's the reason why I can sit here and have this conversation with you right now. If He didn't have mercy, I'd be dead already. He'd allow Satan to come in and take what he wanted. If He didn't have mercy, I wouldn't be here. If He had mercy, I'd still be locked up. He's got mercy. He's got mercy. But the problem is, you don't have time. That's where things get a little interesting at. God's got mercy. You're only here for a short amount of time. You don't have time. And when you die and pass off this earth, like I said, you go to that next life, you don't have mercy anymore. But you got plenty of time. Isn't that interesting? I find that real interesting. While you're here, God has mercy, but you don't have time. And when you pass off this earth, there's no mercy, but you have plenty of time. You have eternity. That is an interesting way right there to saying that. I like that. I do like that. Interesting. I like that right there. I like that. When you're here, you have God's mercy, but little time. But when you die, you have time, but no mercy. That basically right there. You have eternity forever. You have eternity. That's what you have. I am so glad that I got my life together, man. I remember sitting there as a small kid talking to my sister about God. She was a Christian at an early age. She believed in God at an early age. Mom tried her hardest to make sure our kids got saved before the time came up. But I remember asking the questions. Like, if I buy God this, and if I buy God that whole church over there, can I get saved? And let's say it's nothing to do with money. It's nothing to do with money. You have to accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. I couldn't understand it at the time what she was talking about. Can't buy your way into heaven. I love when people sit there and say, "Oh, if I do this good deed, I do that good deed, and if I buy this whole orphanage and I do this and do that, whatever, you can't buy yourself in. You can't buy your way into heaven. Can't do it." All right, people, gotta go. Thank you for your time. Be blessed. I can feel it on the